This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we got for you today is a little quick video, and it is in reference to the passport bros. And I just need y'all to see it because these unexpected, I'm going to talk to the ladies today. These unrealistic expectations, it needs to stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And here we go.
University says women aren't getting married because prospective husbands can't provide enough financial security. You really think about the lifestyle that you want to live when it comes down to vacations and how many kids you want to have. And I feel like ideally my husband needs to be making $650,000. What percent of the family income do you personally want to contribute? Oh, I guess I wouldn't be contributing financially. I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. 300,000, like, I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work. Right. $500,000? Is that bad? Okay, but what do you think the median income is? $45,000. Oh my God, really? Passport bros will never not be pathetic to me.
Men are searching overseas for women because these specific men want a woman who they can control 100%.
This is a huge red flag. The only men who like to go overseas to find a partner is men who like to prey on vulnerable women. My husband needs to be making $650,000. $650,000. Study from Cornell University says women aren't.
I'm gonna stop sharing. For real, y'all. She sat up there and said 650,000 like that was $2. She sat up there and said, you know what, the lifestyle that you want to live, I mean, the amount of kids you want to have, and ideally my husband needs to make 650,000 like that was just something to make more than $500,000, I guess, annually. You just pull that off a tree. You just unrealistic expectations that you need to knock off. You need to knock that off. We're going to talk about really what it's about, because she said the very key word. She said lifestyle is what she said. First of all, that video shows the unrealistic expectations of women. But why? Why do women have these unrealistic expectations? We know that the base of it is feminism, and that feminism has actually warped these women's minds. But in a more immediate sense, women actually have it too easy. And this is why I say that feminism only happens not when women are oppressed, but when they're not. Not when it's difficult to live, but when it is easy to live. Not when the environment is harsh, but when the environment is easy. That is when feminism pops up. And all of these other isms, and because now we got time to worry about all of the other stuff that people are doing in society. And now we got time to sit back, twiddle our thumbs, and bicker about things that do not matter. So not only do we have feminism making life too easy, too many things are actually given to women without women actually having to put forth effort and work and time. So they don't value anything. Hookup culture has made women believe that getting a man is as easy as existing and breathing and a man knowing of your existence. And then therefore, it takes no effort. It doesn't take anything to obtain a man. So therefore, if it doesn't take any work to obtain a man or a relationship, then it doesn't have any value. Things that are too easy, you don't value it because you didn't put anything, you didn't give anything in order to get something out of that, right? So if getting a man is as easy as breathing, then you don't value the man because you didn't have to, there was no requirement for you or from you in order to obtain a man. And it's not just, it's everything pretty much in society that covers women's needs. Women are given those things if she cannot obtain them on her own. So then we have the social media influence. And before Twitter and Facebook and Instagram was all that popular, we had reality TV. How long has Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Excuse me. How long has Keeping Up with the Kardashians been on the air? How long has Love and Hip Hop in all of its iterations been on the air? How long has Basketball Wives in all of its iterations been on the air? And all of these, the housewives of this and that, the housewives of Orange County, the housewives of Atlanta, the housewives of Potomac, the housewives of here and there and everywhere. And the running theme in all of these reality shows that don't depict reality is that these women are living a particular kind of lifestyle. Now, they got all the problems in the world, and the lifestyle that's being portrayed, they don't actually have. Many of them do not actually live that life. But it's a reason why these reality shows are called the housewives of such and such. It's doing two things. That in order to be a wife, it's because it's not the girlfriends of so-and-so, it's housewives. That if a man wants you to be his wife, then he's going to, in order for you to be a housewife, he's got to provide this unrealistic lifestyle to you. You got to be rolling in the best of cars. You got to have the best of clothing and the latest, luxury brand items. You got to have, you got to be draped in all of these status symbols, things that are supposed to symbolize that you have arrived, that you now have access to these luxury items and so forth and so on, right? So they're very careful. They were very crafty to name it the housewives, to get it into women's heads that wife, husband equals this lifestyle. And if you don't have this lifestyle, then your husband's crap. And he's not worthy to make you a wife. He's not worthy of you being his wife if he can't, because that's how that video started that I just showed you. It started out saying that there was a study done saying that women didn't want to get married because men could not provide enough financial security. And financial security in these chicks' minds meant these exorbitant amounts of money that they think the average man walking around is supposed to make. And when they got hit with the average median income of an American man from any race or ethnicity was about $45,000 annually, they were shocked. This shows you the level of distance from reality and disconnect from reality that they have. So these women, because of these reality shows and such, they don't really have any basis in reality, these expectations. All that they see is a lifestyle that they want to copy, but then they depend on men to provide that lifestyle. See, they're not thinking about what it takes to get to that lifestyle. They just think that they supposed to have it. They just think that they supposed to be living in a 5-6 bedroom, 3-4 bathroom, 4-5 car garage, 3-car garage, and they supposed to be able to, because she mentioned vacations, like that was something. So, they're supposed to be able to take flights here and there and everywhere and blah, 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 and all of that foolishness. Because they have said that leisure that's number 9, is actually more important, or that number 3, family, is dependent upon the amount of leisure that they can have. And they've put it together that if they're going to have leisure to the way that they want to have it, then they got to have wealth in order to do that. So this is where the money expectations come from, because they only want the money. They only want the family to get to the money. They want the family to get to the money, and the money to get to the leisure, because that's what they really want. And they don't actually care how they achieve that. They just think that the men are supposed to achieve it for them. Here's the other thing. They're trying also to redefine and redetermine men's value through cultural changes. So since women gatekeep sex, they think that gives them the right, or even that the ball is in their court, to determine a man's overall value. Our gatekeeping of sex only determines a man's sexual viability to have the potential to procreate. That's on a very biological level. That is what hypergamy, that's the biological purpose that hypergamy serves. Okay? That is why women have always been called upon to be selective about their mates, because the one that you mate with is the one that you're giving an opportunity to procreate and recreate himself. So this is why historically men with a lot of physical biological problems do not get the opportunity to have a lot of sexual partners, because the women are being selective about it. So if he has some disability or something going on with him biologically that is hereditary, chances are, depending on what it is, the women are going to avoid it, because you don't want to pass down the bad genes, right? So from a strictly biological standpoint, women sort of kind of just on that level will influence, not dictate, but influence how the men move in order to get sexual access. But that is not the same thing as attempting to determine a man's overall value as a man based on what you want as a woman. That is not how men's value is determined. Women do not have the opportunity or to say so ever, no matter what kind of cultural things you put in place to try to make it so. Women cannot actually determine men's value. Men's value is determined by other men. And the determining factors of a man's value has actually always been the same. It's been consistent throughout history. Men determine other men's value, not women. The group of men have the consensus on what's valuable as men, what is masculinity as men, and what makes a man more valuable than another man. It doesn't only have to do with his physical resources. It actually has to do with all 10 of those values. If a man is excelled in all 10 of these, or the majority of these, he is considered to be valuable because he's useful. He's able to plan. He has a tremendous amount of foresight. He has excellent problem solving. He has excellent protection, excellent procreation. Men who excel in those areas are the men that other men consider to be valuable. It actually makes them valuable because that value goes towards how men build and maintain the world. So men that don't have a lot to add to that become less valuable society-wise. And men who have more to add to that become more valuable. Men determine men's value, not feminism, not gynocrats, not hyenas, and not money-hungry IG thoughts. And that's really the crux, one of the cruxes of the passport bros. We're going to talk about that. So, but before we go, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But what I want to do is I want to draw everybody's attention to the fact that you can go on to crimsoncure.com and get your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery. We're going to have some updates really soon. This book is going to be in your hands really soon. So I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to keep you posted. And as dates become secure, I'll give you those dates and you'll be having that book in your hand as soon as we can make it possible. So also, don't forget that we are still holding Black Lives Matter accountable. If you want to sign the petition, the link to that is in the description box. The link to thecrimsoncure.com to get your purchase of the books is also in the description box. And jump down into the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.